Frontline with Kwekwanan, only on CTV. The Frontline with Kwekwanan, only on CTV.
The President, John Dramani Mahama, comes under Article 146 of the 1992 Constitution, has suspended the Chief Justice, her leadership, Gertrude Sabatokonu, on the heels of petition filed against her on alleged financial misappropriation. Meanwhile, until about a week now, political colors heavily weighed into the judicial overtures compromising the enviable Chief Justice office. Tonight, we assess the impact of the political gymnastics plus the chance of survival of the Chief Justice after the political bruises. I am Kweku Annan, and of course this is the Frontline. We're coming to you live from the very HQ here in the studios of CTV and across dozens of stations, all picking the feed tonight, plus our very own lifting the feed in Sunyani on the dial 88.1 FM, and of course live in Western Region on Tadi 99.1 FM. We're live in London on GOB, lifting the feed on GOB, lifting it on modernghana.com and TuneIn. Still on GOB, they are lifting it on www.gobtv.tv plus Apple Music. We're live on the internet tonight on my CTVGH and Frontline Ghana. My CTVGH, the Frontline Ghana. Please subscribe. I've always told you this. Subscribe to our channels, the Frontline Ghana, the Frontline Ghana. Subscribe and subscribe to my CTVGH, my CTVGH. Subscribe and you'll be the first to know. Be the first to know. All times I've told you, be part of the breaking news story and be the first to know, because you're what you view and what you listen to. All right? And of course, you have to know this the three cardinal lines of media. The events, when it happened, where it happened, how it happened. We are your reliable news source. So make sure you subscribe, and then after you've done your subscription, go to the bell, press the bell button, and then you are cool to go. Any program be done here on CTV, all programs on our television, you'll be the first to know that the program is airborne, morning, afternoon, or evening, depending, or even at the darkest of the night. Folks, plus the interactive segment on the WhatsApp line 020-297-3461. You know it, 020-297-3461. WhatsApp messages. I'll make sure I'll read all the messages that comes these days. Sometimes due to some pressure, you know, the inability to read the messages because of some pressures and all of that. Please pardon me. Folks, tonight we're back here and it's brand new week with the months of April fading. Today's date is what? Me, I've forgotten. Today is what? Today is 20. Is it 28? Am I right? Yeah, 28. 28th of April, 2025. So the month is fast gone. It's just in the next couple of a day or two. Of course, it's gone. Then we enter the month of May. Right. So tonight, what do we have? Tonight's show is it's going to be a very interesting show. Trust me. Do not flip the dial. Call a friend, call a brother, call a sister, call an auntie, call a father, call whoever you know. From all over Ghana. So we connect from the northern belt all the way to the middle belt. Then of course the nation's capital, Accra, is picking the feed all the way to where? Volta region central is on the feed. Western region plus the 6 regional capitals, all of them are on the feed tonight. What is it that Kweku has for you tonight? I have one issue for you, of course. It's been about 1, 2, 3 maximum, perhaps I may have to hazard a guess that 1 month down the line, the media space in Ghana has been poised with the Chief Justice must go, Chief Justice must go, XY, blah, blah, blah. Then, sometime last week, Monday, a week today, the President, John Dramani Mahama, comes under Article 146 of the 1992 Constitution and suspended the Chief Justice. But then again, I sometimes feel that suspension is a bit of a harsh word, so I all times would want to say, well, the Chief Justice has been asked to step aside, correct? Great. So the Chief Justice has been suspended or asked to step aside. Now, the build-up to the Chief Justice stepping aside or being suspended and all of that, some political pundits are forecasting that it look as though this was in the making, that the NDC said that when they come to government, when they come into government, obviously they are going to lift the axe, and then of course the axe is falling on the head of the Chief Justice and some other state offices. But as to whether this is true or not, the NDC has mounted a spirited pushback to debunk that this is not true. But then the President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, is executing this constitutional provision against the backdrop of what? What is spelled out clear in the Constitution, that before you touch the Chief Justice, hitherto, XY, and the President has honored that. There is what you call petition, and the President is acting on the petition. So where then or how do you fault the President to have erred on the right side or on the wrong side of the law? He's at the right side of the law. Well, as we speak, the opposition New Patriotic Party is raising their boots to go on a massive demonstration. I'm sure when? That will be next week, Monday, I'm sure, yeah. They are raising their boot to go on a massive demonstration, against the government, the governing National Democratic Congress, that the President should not touch the Chief Justice. Now, before close of day, we are also learning that GBA, Ghana Bar Association, have also written a statement asking the President to rescind his decision and all of that. Of course, the build-up is quite huge, is it not? There's a huge build-up, for the Chief Justice. Now, it's also now clear that what I call political gymnastics is weighing heavily into this. And now my question is that the Chief Justice to meet their committee also has been triggered. But the question remains, by close of the proceedings of the committee and the Chief Justice comes out of this, the question remains, will the Chief Justice survive all of these political bruises? Because it's so clear that the political undertones, the silver liner to all of this, is the fact that the Chief Justice has spent or allegedly misappropriated some funds, blah, 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 like that too. And so, the NDC is pulling on one hand, the MPP is also pulling on one hand, and there's the political overtures. There's a whole rendezvous. And it does appear this whole crisis, the Chief Justice to exit the office, seem not to go anytime soon until the committee was set. Yet, there are so many things there that we need to get it done as a nation. What is going on here, folks? I can't understand. Well, tonight, I have a very senior most. He's a very senior most, a senior most journalist, an editor, big one, big. He's a big boy. He's my senior. Of course, he's my guest exclusively for how many years ago that this, my big man, has been silent and quiet and decided to, stay quiet until today he's breaking his silence. Yes. Today he's breaking his silence. Crack. Charlie. He's breaking his silence, yeah. Today he's breaking his silence. Yes, it's the veteran Maradona, whose front page, I'm giving you a clue, a veteran Maradona, whose front page banner headline sparked the protest Kumi Prekon in the Ghanaian Chronicle. Yes. It's finally breaking his silence tonight and bouncing back on the front line, of course, here tonight. Do you know him? He's a big guy, one of the senior most journalists. I'm not talking about Kwekuba Kunkwesi Pratt. No, I'm not talking about Kofi Kumsin or Cabral Blay. All of them are our senior brothers, but he's also one of the big senior guys. Yeah, he did an expose. What's the name of the expose? I've forgotten the name. He will tell you. That expose, apparently 6 people committed suicide. Yeah. I know some senior citizens are quickly trying to recall. This journalist is a top journalist, or an editor of one of the renowned newspaper in Ghana. He handles so many newspapers in Nigeria, in Ghana. Okay? And he is also, his background is what? He's an intelligence espionage expert. Charlie? Easy. He's an intelligence espionage. That is his field. Yeah, that's what he went to London to acquire that skills. Yes. His field is an intelligence espionage. You know, I love playing with, intelligence, world, and that's my area. And you know what? He's also he's the journalist who also broke the news, or if you like, may I rather put it this way, he brought the first image of Anas Are Emeyaw Anas in 2011. He's the first. I'm not the first person to have, brought Anas image. He brought Anas image first in the year 2011. Yeah, 2011. I guess so. Yeah, 2011. He published Anas Are Emeyaw Anas picture. Tonight, he's here to do justice to this rendezvous, this political, overtures, back-to-back NDC, MPP handling. Should the Chief Justice go or Chief Justice stay? What's your mind about this? What is it that you know or you've heard of that the Chief Justice has done that goes contrary to that of our laws? And let's again hazard that if, assuming that the allegations are true, that the Chief Justice has spent some money, may I ask you, the money she spent, is it beyond her threshold? 2, the Chief Justice is been accused of to have sponsored her husband and her daughter travel along with these 2 people in the name of the state coffers of some sort. Is this so big deal? Is it a big deal that the Chief Justice should walk out, should precipitate that action, that she walk out of the door? Again, the question comes, why the Chief Justice would do this? If the Chief Justice knows her threshold in terms of public expenses as far as the judicial is concerned, why would the Chief Justice go beyond this threshold? Who instigated this? Did somebody actually tell the Chief Justice that, Madam, your threshold is this, that, and that if you are to travel, you are entitled to go with your security officer, XY, blah, blah, and that your husband may not have to come under this condition, and your quest to do this, you offend the law, you go against the law, and therefore you would be prosecuted or some sort. All of that. Is the Chief Justice aware of all of these provisions under the public sector? Is she, because the Chief Justice also come under the public sector, regulations. Is she not? All of that, folks. Tonight we are going to look at all of the above. Let's get started. Ebusia, memo adro. Minimisa ohwe. Amedri agre wo fi hanano odne. Asemba ko na mede beto ho amamo. Anas nsem ni miwie yo mepamo chow. No. We are not done with Anas Are Emeyaw Anas nsem yenwie. Not at all. Not at all. Yeah, that's it. Me man no, me soja man no, are incredible. O see you know baby ah. I remember on them. Now na me 10 years you say o de den BBB na den no. O so no wo dada Ghana for na me di BB ba na say entro and na da we you kohwini na brebeni na ya to nkra de afre tiger for say Omra so far ya bo interview ha. Interview na ye boy no. And someone who can go on, meaning copese, you be can say me go announce so just like that. And me style no. That is also reason why you invited Tiger Eye operatives. Hey, announce po no amra, obetimi asoma ni PRO fo ni binum ni ade mo maba. Enti yen close your doors. E what Tiger Eye for so no, I won't do that. I know announce Aremia very well. Ye na ye dwuma crusading guide or ntimi oyeminia, but enioma opeso sisi Ghana for Danny Ghana for chi ede kwhwe omenim ene omenim ba ne sa agrobi sa no debi no yempene ne sa until so be choosing why journalism the right way onyankopon ya adoma o say ene ye behwe chief justice asem way clear on the chief justice as to say chief justice no say eden ye yi no edi ye be yi chief justice no say ye yi no edi ana me yi no edi what do you saying and command me be no the chief justice of our republic is at crossroads yeah asam kese pa da onya ojatana pa da ni chemu nya asam ketwa ye yi chief justice no edi ana me yi no edi what do you saying eno hu nkomo ne ebedi mini senior most journalist editor pa na mini ne bedi sa nkomo no or being rough nsembe pie Yankopon ya adoma Wednesday ye be hwa ade foforo bi then on Friday interview na mene the ally to Anas no ye de ne part 3 eba na who say Friday your boss I interview ne kire no no assemble sie or say interview no no mi bisa abrante ne question bi say ore bi one Anas nso aye adwuma Oni Anas aye dwuma wasum no woni kuremu papa na oni Anas we very close no me bodies na sa ore ye ka sei oni Anas na ye dwuma biom oni ne ye dwuma biom o bi na interview no me say bisa ne say oya we say Anas epese odesa owura no otwa me fa ne say bia like omo fi krom ha because there was rumor say opese owura no ne baby mama one na awo no opese o ma ne baby mama no so etu kwan me nka say ebone kwan so no ena owura ne say I watete ti bibisa ena fi o ma history kakra efa sa nipa no a na mi bisa no ho asem no o ma a brief history about the person Yankopon ya adoma on Friday me bought the part 3 of science interview in Adia Mama. Then say nipa no mi bisa no ho question will unveil sa personality natural or ye hwan ye beda na di a kire mo. Yeah. Na fi ube hu na watensem bia se na areme ya ubetimi aye nipa bone sa. Wa ye nipa no bone bebre. Na nipa no so ne nante woni kremu in truth and integrity like Ahmed Swali, Hussein Ahmed, any Anas, and Nante wo and the Kwakwanso. Nanso Anas a treat to nara just say I don't know why into autism me de nya on one nemrantia name names Anas who could sa characteristics. But on Friday, but the part 3 of sa interview no eba. In fact, nipe bebre su gumi konse kwaku sa interview no kwansa repeat ni na well nyase e be repeat and no me wo ho nem go adoso. But on Friday, me the sa interview in part 3 yedeba. But an agree dear Mr. Brace yourself. And agree your Chief Justice on Nakache. Ye ka say Ghana Bar Association for such crata de come on my penny say one more man crime on my penny in Chief Justice Nedi. Ebra ye ka say the governor fencing the new opposition new patriotic party for also Eli Zoom boot almost one more exercise I check. Yankopon ya adoma almost na watching ne womo hate the street into make us say almost fresh stakeholders bebre stakeholders ni be CS for civil society groups ni other groups ni other so mo meka homa demonstration emu enyedu maniama nko nti well we are beginning tonight the build up ne ahwe say senior ne be but of course tonight my guest would be my memo a brief history about my guest. My guest has done so many. He was a reporter, news agency of Nigeria in 1983, 1984. And yasam kito, that's an equal medicine cry. He was a reporter, Emma News Agency of Nigeria in 1983-1984. He was a foreign correspondent, West African Magazine, 1984-1986. He was a senior reporter, National Concord, Nigeria, 1986. Osansi, a research assistant, African Reinsurance Organization, Nigeria. He was information officer, Practitioners and Partners, Nigeria, 1987-1992. He became the senior reporter, Ghanaian Chronicle, 1992. Then deputy news editor, Ghanaian Chronicle, 1996-2000. Then became the news editor, Obed the news editor, Ghanaian Chronicle, 2000. Obed the publisher, editor, the Vanguard Mokai, the Vanguard newspaper, 2001 and 2002, from 2001 to 2007. Then publisher, editor, Weekly News Watch, 2005 to 2007. Munim ni pakro. Chale. Ono aso be the editor, Emma the Tide newspaper, Mokai the Tide newspaper. But his main background ankasano or your intelligence gathering and counter espionage. He's a man of many parts, an intelligence gathering and a counter espionage expert. Yeah. Ono na mini be din komo no ma memfa ni din nte na meba be bu ni din no achiro ana memfa ni din nto yes, it's called Obed Latte. Of course, tonight senior journalist, I'm working in a journal within the media fraternity. You know him, of course. He's going to be my guest tonight. Obed Latte is going to be my guest, and then he's going to speak on this issue where Enya Asem Kuma crack. So, folks, yen delay enti medemo era the segment we call Ghana Speaks. Now, Ghana Speaks proudly brought to you by Winem Edumakui and a day Ghana Speaks neighbor Ora Blaster for Ora Blaster Edumakua Wonomo Aquadari Papa Efa Ensa Sesemo. The whole of Ghana, the 16 regional capitals, Bebia and Sasin Tokwa Edi Akotene Papa here. The nation's capital, Accra. Udi Agra asase hon tokwa obi bebo otu kwa just like that too say the nanu yokum so je ni bi waka so we eno nti ora blaster for nhihye ni na ase kwaku brana be ka ho ntimi no mo ekodi nsa wo so a asase no de yakogye ne yantam ewo brono bebre within Accra. Okay, asase ne bebre na yakogye ne problem bi eno na wo die ya wo pese wo sit down wo so de bia no entokwa wo so asam na kokod akọ lands commission akọ ehimfa yeni asem ni wieda enu nti ne yese se ebeya jasasi to ho for now sra wate ja to ho for now na me mpem asasi bi enfema na me ma payment schedule London for no schedule me na American ni me say schedule ye ma payment schedule. All right, na tua ne kakra nti utua ne kakra na utua wi a na afi asase ne ye de amount. By the way, utia no cramp no possibility say bia ubetimi crash start esi udan. Ya jeans asene bebre e wo broni bi ti say kwabenya bi wo kaswa breku denchira. Botiano amasaman ensawom bebia. Na wini madem. Asase ya mekiken say enye a place of your choice crash still call Ora Blaster for more fanko here fanko barrier or chana pa Tuesday fra wonom na no muni nkom wo fra bisa Ora Duncan say kweku ananse menfrewo na me no ninkomo. Okay, nti bi asase no hia de si u dream house a dream house ben 2, 3, 4 bedroom without do theater asama ni problem. But if it's for business purposes, for example, so person will build a school, person will see Airbnb, hospitality industry, nina person will boa and a dying wire ding housing deficit no a problem. Parties see me and NDC MPP we boss me see down we boss me see down so who be a dani see that the nim class is so fence honomo for saying saglame o saden saglame dan so the last time you check here no enkusie enkrante hyena for nyatane nsebo enchireben nim pemire ayemu ma se twom ntimi kotenem Timisraw mame ma osa asase bi na asase problem bi eno landguard sem bi eno mpacho eno ne wo fie landguard sem bi eno nti wo befre ora blaster fo no a shano so say asase no electricity access water road network ni na bi ko nti wo need problem frɛ wɔnom ɔkyena na pa 2222 ɛwɔ 053 617 6327 053 617 6327 wɔn bɛgye so oral blaster for mami yi asase nkyerɛ ɔhɔ fɛ yi pa problem bie ni hɔ na wakɔ gyibi ne wesiw da ma asomdwe bi aba ma wo ho atɔ. Take a listen to this.
Hello, welcome. Thank you. Sure.
I'm interested in buying a plot of land. Seeing your ads online, decided to pass by and come check it out myself. Doing business without seeing real offices these days is kind of really stressful.
What is your budget range?
Spending about 50 to 70,000 Ghana cedis.
Wow. Luckily, we have a plot of land here going within that range. Actually, at Dentra.
Oh, great. And how's the payment plan?
We have an initial deposit of 20%, outright payments, 3 months payment, 6 months payments, and 9 months payments. With the outright and 3 months, we give you 1 triple stone and 1 triple sand.
Oh, wow, interesting. Sure. And I think I'll go for the 3 months payment. When can I go view the site?
Every Saturday, 10 a.m. is site viewing.
Then I think we are good to go.
That's fine.
That's nice.
Thank you so much.
Nice doing business with you.
Nice doing business with you.
Find your dream property with Aura Blackstar Limited. Visit us today and let our expert team guide you home.
You can contact us on 030-2452-555, 030-2452-555. Our website at www.aurablackstarlimited.com. Aura Blackstar, your preference, our priority.
Folks, welcome back to the Frontline Sharpness Ghana Speaks. It's just about 28 minutes gone past the hour 8. I am Kweku Anan, your investigative journalist. Folks, Ghana Speaks anymore, and the Ghana Speaks politics of today. But before, no, Mami Emma, is there ways to be a part of us, or your listeners and viewers, Nadia Jack, and one says here, small. Happy birthday, Amedema. Mami Olivia Mensah on our dark screen is Olivia, you are so pretty. Yes, Mami Olivia Mensah and her birthday come out. If free joy onai or say as the mountains surround Jerusalem, so shall the favor of God surround you. Wish you God's infinite blessings. Joy onai and all wish a year. Olivia Mensah, many happy returns. Of course, may you grow and grow, become what and would often a or say, or we show say the mountains surrounding Jerusalem no and a favor and katao so nanyo kese come. Then of course another belated happy birthday. This one they very belated. We did that we did it last week, but of course I say main wish no. Happy birthday we Obapa Mavis on our screen is no Obapa Mavis and so AD Nedia come Obapa Mavis ewo Accra Central, yes, Obapa Mavis ewo Accra Central UCC on also AD Nedia come and see Obapa also birthday no na yede atoho amount so na bibia no aye kama Obapa Mavis also the year can say onyankopon onya okese wate na bibia no a also woye no entimi enkoyie ema ma bibia nya kama Obapa Mavis, and God continue to make you big and big. Yes. We there me producers back on music kusisia there wo hwe mo pa dia birthday for no so any abre so pa a mo dia be part of segment enemne ade enti Obapa Mavis wo dia no. Folks, afi yera Ghana Speaks politics of today. I agree. SMP Chief Justice Honsem Yebebaso. Now, the month of April. The Easter mood mna yedaso wono. Na na me be yimfoni bi akire mo a la. Hey, brace yourselves, folks. Politics of today, tonight, and still on the Christian calendar, in the festive mood, we go on expedition to uncover that until 55,000 years ago, the first human to have occupied the earth is black man. What's it? Easter festive ni mwa month ya na yedi way dwindwin ye ho yedi bi hwe esomo a eba Africa yedi bi so hwe yankasa ye ho ene ya brabo no nso a ye bo se ye nipa ben yete ho ene obroni de esomo o se ye Kristosom ye ndi eho Easter na no me be kire mo Easter no ho nsem Easter no forget it. Osophobia ni Ghana ha. What the Ghana na me wo. Osophobia ni Ghana. Makache mu plain. Not from the charismatic, not from the orthodox, not from the Pentecostal. Can tell me kweku ameteha or any of you say Easter the death of Christ. I'm sorry. Kokache say me say opa kache say only ezini boot nomra mi studio ha. Ombetra non challenge. Okay? Yes. The Easter no enye Kristo ayekum no ni wo sombia ne sa ensemsem no sa entro ne sa ensemhu no munyai eya na emetan. But me ka we echi no bisa ho so se unim so se onyankopon bo ni wiase enhwehwemu anipa bia ye kire se ebibifo ene ebetena asase so first. We are aware of that. The kwambe nso ne betra na ye betra ha no na ye de bibini sa na tio ene ye bu ye ho abonfia sa bu ye ho abonfia ye ho basa until say abrofo no buy no me hu so oh debi. Our minds are fickle. 2, we don't even believe in ourselves, nevertheless what we owe as that of God-given gift. When we are fast, then they started contaminating our minds psychologically. They started what? Hypnotizing. They started what? Doing all kinds of falsification in your mind. Na yen until 55,000 years ago, the black skin. I'm going to shock you tonight. Take a listen to this. Watch this.
We've discovered, for example, that there were no people on the earth except Africans up to about 55,000 years ago. There are no other people. The African moves across various parts of the world.
Say that again now. Say that again.
There are no people on earth. There are no humans on earth except Africans until about 55,000 years ago. All people are African. The African begins to cross Africa. He crosses also, he moves to the east and he crosses into Asia. And the Africans crossed over into Europe. There are no Europeans at that point in time. Or everyone is black.
What's it? Sa every part way yo 55,000 years ago, blacks were living here. Ediana na ye to me be no nyankopon de ma yen na ba ne sen ene ne ebibifo among all the human race on earth. The white Caucasians from Europe, the global south, the Asians, the Arab world, and then the black continent. And ne yenum na yebetra asase su no ahyase o nyame bo ni wiase no and the yen yabe hwanum the back. I don't mean who said I'm inputting no correct. Say yen yabe taye chira. The whole world, you know, all the human race, human species developing. We are the last to think and to contemplate whether or not there is something. Now one found so whole. He goes further to explain why blacks were the first human species to be on planet Earth. Osan to aso chire mu same ti a yen na ne yewo asase su ha. Bipini a yen wa asase su ha. Very shocking. Take a listen to this.
The reason why that is so is because man was born in hot, humid climates. That is where the human race first appeared. And the black skin was very important because the melanin protected you from the vertical rays of the sun. As the African moved up into Europe, at a certain stage, the ice in the Arctic moved forward. Sometimes a pink person is born to an African. That's an albino. In the ice, this became an advantage. So those Africans who produced albinos, which would be a problem in Africa, that pink African is the beginning of the European. Now, the pink African also started to undergo certain changes, like ice produces a narrow nose. The parts of Africa, you have Africans with narrow noses too, because dry heat produces the narrow nose. So that man is one. There are no races, really.
Good. Have you what you say? Wohu, ya bota na ye de wa ha. Me pese me bi be ka ho. Me pese wa wutie ni. Hwe. Well, Dr. Francis Chris Wilson collaborates this fact. Mami we nso abechim your friend Francis Chris Wilson. On also be collaborated this assertion we say yes. Ebi before yen na ne wa asase so edi kan. Ebi before ne ye nyoma bebre. Ebi before yen na ne ekute nimdie bebre. Ba na saying. Take a listen to Madam Wilson. Doctor. Listen to this.
Black people are the first people. Black people are the mothers and fathers of everybody on this planet. The first people to know about God. The first people to be mathematicians, architects, scientists, philosophers, to know about astronomy. But when the people who classify themselves as white started taking over, they knew of the critical importance in the area of religion of telling people, the whole world of colored people, that God was white.
Mami asem doctor ina asem ne saying ewiasem nipa nyina no nasem wo kan no o se se wo hwemu a enipa nyina sefo efri bibini esisim e je say bibifo ye ne wo enipa nyina the whites, Caucasians, the global south, the Arab world je say enya wanwa na yankasi asitrimu ti saying ye ne ye ti saying ye nyoma ye et saying. Although Africans have largely embraced Christianity, however, more is being revealed that Christianity was a tool to blindfold them. Abraham nemoka say, "Sa wo hwe mebu kompa utumi say ebibi memu no, yen yekuta esomo a eye Kristosum yekuta mu pa. Nanso enime pi adanedi ma yehu se Kristosum no wo ma fa ma se emwoye ma yehu ade pepe bi nyamesom anabi se makaka ka obia sunim ene Ghana de obia nim se ampa ansa na broni ne di esom era Africa ma kire mota mo de Kristosum ba Africa 15 centuries ago with their sea safaris came with the Bibles and all of that. In this 15th century in the Kristosum ba Africa, we are in the 21st century. We are arithmetics now. How many centuries Christianity has been in Africa? 6 centuries. But then fundamentally, it's so clear that woman found mase Christosumba brought me and you and I to know God or go much closer to God. It's a purpose, a special purpose vehicle. Its purpose was to slave, blindfold, and cause a major distraction to the black human race. Case closed. Take a listen to this.
The truth about Christianity. 1.
Exploit. Christianity was used to exploit African people. This white boy told you that heaven is in the sky so that you don't bother making heaven on earth. While you are waiting for Jesus to return, this peckerwood is stealing your natural resources. 2. Died. You'll hear these Neanderthals and some black folks saying that Jesus died for our sins. When did a white boy ever die for black people? 2. Religion. Christianity is not our original religion. Africans are millions of years old. You're telling me that our ancestors didn't believe in any religion until 2,000 years ago? We really need to start thinking logically. Start asking yourself, who gave us this religion, and why did they give it to us?
Great. Another global iconic figure, Brother Louis Farrakhan, revealed the highest level of energy and consciousness and the frequency of black entity, who we are. Brother Louis Farrakhan, Wabagana Pain. He was a close ally to former and late Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, and also a scholar. Assembling on also can ever be before any assistant editor we say. Take a lesson to Louis Farrakhan.
Did you know that there wouldn't be a white person if we didn't exist? Did you know that all the races came from us? Did you know that you are the mother and the father of every human being that lives on this planet, that they all started from the black man and woman? They're not going to teach you this in school. And you probably didn't go far enough in school to study genetics. But I want to share this with you because you need to rap about this. There was a great white anthropologist. His name is S.B. Leakey, L-E-A-K-E. You can Google him, look him up. Leakey wanted to find the origin of man. He may have stopped in Europe, but he didn't stay there because life did not originate in Europe. You know where he ended up? In Africa, looking at the bones of ancient people. Now, did you know there's a science that they could take your bone and say, oh, this is a black person, or this is a Native American, or this is an Asian, or this is a white person, because your genetic structure is such that you have the strongest of bones. They tried to make slaves of our native brothers and sisters, but it destroyed them. But the more they put on us.
Great. Now, Louis Farrakhan, of course, comes back strongly to condemn the Christian calendar, marked the death and the resurrection of Christ, being celebrated by Christians all over the world. Obechere bibi mufa sa festivity where Easter ya debia yebedi Easter so de dia be ya. Obechere bibi mufa Easter no. Or see Easter near there. Listen to him.
Now, I want to quickly, very quickly, just say that this stuff that they talk about at Easter, we can dispense with it momentarily. It is unworthy of us. It is pagan rituals incorporated into divine worship, thus minimizing the true effect of divine worship, and the wicked are capitalizing on the ignorant masses who believe in Jesus but don't really know him or have a real, true connection with him. Now, let's look. Easter changes every year. Now, I want you to think about this.
So, Easter is every year. Be as our date be unlike Christmas, we ma fix it there to her. Roman for no fix it to her 25th of December. Let us see how Jesus Christ. 25th need who name you need data 25th 2000 and so or so and so any day be name you were the 25th of December. The question: who forced it on the church and why? 25th of December ne dear and no much sure they are to her. Our Christian calendar, no, so the Gregorian calendar, no, was so. But the question is, who forced it on the church and why? Muni 19 so and so do with Jesus Christ. And our men of God in the body of Christ are busy, very busy, commercializing this or commercialization of this foolishness. And everybody is okay. Yahweh Jesus Christ. And the whole Christendom is busy celebrating this commercial foolishness. And God is up there watching. Then is saying, after Easter, no, ya brabo at the same, I want my name, Bonnie, ya no Bonnie de Bonnie, me be ye di biachro. After Easter, Nechinan, bisa se, ya na yesu, any a buying, any a near, at the same, any Christo dear, echo an ebra. After Easter, no, mashishe etuntum, any fufoni na aqua celebrating. Now, my main from still on the politics of today, and now the real politics of today. The administrator of Minerals Development Fund, Dr. Hannah Bisiu, has made a scathing report against one Kwabena Kufuor, believed to be the former President Kufuor's nephew. Mami Hannah Bisiu, one of the administrator of Emma Minerals Development Fund. Oh yes, boy to Makama. Now, or the incendia betuwa, hey, I am shishi. As some of the abetu on say, Papa be a friend of Kwabena Kufu, is it Kwabena Kufu or whatever? Yes. Ne baby, mammy, ye jume, sana a dino or Timunu Hono, a dino Minerals Development Fund dino, a yes, Papa Nedia. Former President Kufu, ne wafa say, I a friend of Kwabena Kufu, ne dayam. Na Iranum, she say. Every Yibiano, a damn way, ye dear must say to McQuay in dollars. So, me dream one, and this senior MPP from Intimwa says, or may ye Timwa, your currency near CD, yet all just be beer yet ton or memu biara, say a cow, say a dino, say a dion. This ye quoting in dollars at the Maya. Me dream one quacumintiase, me per se me tiasa, me tiasa, and ye. Just what? Ediasem. Why are you trading the dollar currency here in Ghana, whereas your currency is cedis? Netedia mami kayem. Mami no office wo, adibisi wo office wo ebra okọ ho nanwe. Ede ba na esi wo. Yentie mami Hannah Bisiu. Take a listen to her.
This is a fund that actually paid $1.4 million for rent.
Hold on. $1.4
million for rent.
Dollars?
Yes.
For rent of how much? What period?
For
rent of the office that you occupy?
Yes, and it's a cubicle actually. Directors have their files on the floor, and the one who rented it to us is called Kwabena Kufuor. He's President Kufuor's nephew.
Kwabena Kufuor?
Exactly.
He's President Kufuor's nephew?
Yes, he told me himself. That's when they came begging me. And I thought it belonged to us. Even though it's small, it's something we could have worked on. But no. They first paid rent for 2 years. That is 2021 to, was it? I think 2020 or to 2021. Or so, there was some
but it's for 2 years.
No. They did for 2 years. They were paying $10,000 a month for the office
for what space? For what square meter area?
No, right now, when you check a prime area better than where we are in that same environment, it's 6,500 a month. So it means that it was a ripoff.
They have caused financial loss to the state.
Exactly. And then now, when I came and they said, now they sublease it for 12 more years. And they quoted it in dollars. And then the payment, and of course it's CDs, so you have to pay the dollar equivalent. Why did they quote it in dollars? Because if they say, let's say, $1 million, it means that if you are going to pay tomorrow, it has to be the CD equivalent of that dollar. And so they paid to them for 12 years. And when you calculate, it means that per month is 9,600 now for the 12 years each month. And they paid everything. And the interest, and why am I saying that?
They paid everything.
Yeah, they paid everything. And you see, why am I saying this? We have workers that we can't pay. We have communities that we're not able to service. Okay,
and staff that you haven't paid. I mean, you
staff that you haven't paid. And when I came, our insurances, and thank SIC, Honorable James, Boatin, I had to write to him that please, if you can insure the vehicles for us when we have our releases, we'll pay you. And they did it immediately for us. And so some of our DVLAs all expired. You couldn't do that. But you had money, and $500,000 could have bought a land or a government, one of our government properties. And this was also a government bungalow, remind you. And so this is a fund. You had that money. Okay,
1.4 million.
Yes, you're giving it to Kwabena Kufuor. And when I told them I was not going to use the place, and I'll use every means possible, because when you rob, you cannot use the law to protect yourself. To take it, this Kwabena Kufuor came to my office and put money on my table, and I asked him, what is that money for? And he told me that it's commission. I said, what commission? Then he told me he's going to confide in me. Whatever happened with monies and everything, it was because people had to take commission.
No, so he came to, you mean that he came to bribe you?
He did, and I took the money and reported the money. This is a fund that actually paid $1.4 million US for rent.
No, hold on. 1.4
million US for rent.
Dollars?
Yes.
For rent of how much? What period? For rent of the office that you occupy?
Yes, and it's a cubic.
Great, folks. This is a very, very, very sad story. Yetuye sika saying $1.4 million at the Massa Kwabena Kufuor onje nonkodi for sa cubicle no Mame Hana bisu otimo woye adwano. Yes. Na me sorema Mame Hana Bisi. Yes. Nabisu. A nice lady pa. Unfortunately say waware so. Nabisu me checking pa. Serious. Me checking the brutal. Anna, we check up but look who maybe some who questions be. I mean, around the time I may pick a video and I may assess a video, say, how many high-ranking government officials in the NDC, how many of our ministers, how many top officials, district municipal chief executives would avoid this temptation? Sabin Prediasan, Mamibi so your bow mupao. Fanese $10,000 now. Kwabena Kufuor de manonum. You can hazard a guess there. Maybe to a bit me say on fan salary crying yashi. Now what JJ says he can say free papa no as the commission. Would Hanabisu be struggling to survive? The answer is no. But what Jessica no we and what call report no, and I'm expecting that the law enforcement agency get Kwabena Kufuor arrested immediately. What to we dig Ghana sika say $1.4 million. Kwa mo bonia mo penny for ni DT on my way. Folks, I don't want to be tempted to go into another year. But well, folks, and I dream in break. My main guest. Obed Latte, of course, as I read earlier, Obed Latte, a man of many parts. Of course, he's handled several news agency of Nigeria, 1983, 1984. He became the correspondent, West African Magazine, 1984-86. He became the National Concord, Nigeria, 1986. Then, baby, hear me pa no ASM. He became the deputy news editor, Ghanaian Chronicle, 1996 to 2000. Ghanaian Chronicle, you know, remains one of the powerful newspaper. Of course, also became the editor, the Vanguard, 2001-27. He's a man of many parts. And of course, a man also well vested in intelligence gathering and counter-espionage. My guest, Obed Latte, on the line. Obed Memoadro Senior. Now, what woman is saying? Senior, what woman is saying? Great. Okay. And I dream come yebedino obi kana semze. Una ye the Maradona of our airspace, the news market. And it's been, I don't know how many years down the line you've been observing things all this while. It's been how many years you are off, you've put the pen down and you are observing things? How many years in here? See, you calculate here. Good. Hey, wow. So you are a legend. That we have to celebrate you as far as the media in Ghana are concerned. You've walked through thick and thin, from Nigeria all the way to Ghana. And so Rebecca said, on behalf of the media in Ghana, we congratulate you, your services to God and country, and how you've walked through down the aisle, shaping the nations through media as a senior member of the 4th Estate of the Realm. Obed, there's the news we are all, hearing about, as it were, asking that the Chief Justice step aside or suspended. And I'm sure, so what follow news here all this while for almost like a month now. And now we are at the apex of the decision makers, and the committee sooner rather later. Chief Justice Chief Justice, what do you make of this as a senior journalist, editor of that sort? Now, who gather all the pieces in it together under the 1992 Constitution? Of course, Article 146 tells us all of that. But do you think that the precursor to this development is enough to walk the Chief Justice down the aisle back home?
Mesra was suna mama me Kwenjana Mawishi Chief of Staff.
Good.
Mr. Julius Debra.
Good.
Belated happy birthday.
Good one.
I'm part. I said me by actually you did Bia Canadian. If you say sa democracy there, commitment cabinet, the boy man, and Emra. And she said, she baby of and the baby of Biana said, Mano, Kauna, the default Papa Swa, if you say, Libya. Na, send out the Kaino. And JP na the United Nipanian Sebi actual petition. Afa Yema me leadership Justice Araba Tokono. Na nsɛm a ɛwɔ mu deɛ sɛbe mene sɛ deɛ metumi nya petition bi nkae nti ɛwɔ deɛ menkɔ hɔ.
That's right.
Na sɛnea constitution no akyerɛ a ne nyinaa yɛdi so no bibi sei ba a ɔmampanin na yɛde kɔhyɛ ne nsa nti yɛde hyɛ ne nsa a na ɔno nso ɔhwɛ mu a n'atɛ mmerete sɛ ɔde mu dwuma a constitution no ma ɔmampanin kwan ma ɔde copies bɛma nyaatwo no or her leadership justice toko no mate ene ne amaka ne kyerɛ constitution number 70 say ɛsɛ oyi petition ne sɛ nyinaa no but on mpo de president no or the 3 days ka na onya kwana onyi anuji.
Okay.
Enti baby edu no chese we yi ano ama Council of State nso no by a unanimous decision no mo establish a prima facie case a far petition no ama sisi akodu say panel omampinye eyomato omo dodo na ye minimum minimum I during the course of my practice no.
Yeah.
Omo ye penifo bi asebi omo nimra. Na omo di ye betu ye. Enti president no constitution no so man quite say ban sana obema a chief justice no a step aside na obey ne tibia wo position wo mu no na we dia kwan atutu ne abeyi no akohia panel no na we nyina chi na de bakwa me na kakra say so ma we akwet say bibi ebesi bia no na ya dane no politics ise say edi ma ne beye adwuma no sabi o na ya no politics na eba ne sa na no kwa no bede di kwa na ha mpa ne beti meji di ni kwa na kama and quite the fast no nipa so a ho na me ham no but say there em say wo hwe be de du no dia the message ka yen gana fo yin enya botre na former chief on share panel no na oyi na no oyi na no na ba no se bio se ma ya ka fa no no ejina so bi enimu a ye beti eno oyi na no so na ma no so ese eye nedwuma eno so ejina ese ye full constitution because eno no nia ka ji atum se e de bebu o ma no enti itimi politics mi fi no e ma mrade ye to ya nkaso ye be ba le na ya tie wase ya taso wo membo asudwe mu.
Good. Now, Osbert, from where you ended no, Mamimbisa question was yes, currently as we speak, the opposition New Patriotic Party no, I think a week from Ene, one be stage one, they call it a big demonstration. If you like, put it in quotes, safekeeping for the Chief Justice, and they are calling on CSOs and other political actors and so forth. Considering the very nature of how politics have heavily weighed into this very issue, Do you foresee that the Chief Justice will come clean after these political bruises?
I think we meeting but the constitution said obey demonstrations. So if you say because now to travel baby, the main goal.
Have we lost Osbert? I think so. We've lost him on the line. And we've not. Hello, Osbert. Patriotim can you? Hello, Osbert.
Ghana for Chief Justice law. On follow Ghana. So part my key. She said she was pushed. And she said, more great demonstration, I was see we want. No, also, any more, yeah, the can say, say, Mammy, no, steady. So before now, continue. Oh, so more demonstration. Today, the position is a NPP, let me out. Oma can listen to go na.
Yeah.
Community demonstration inside. And Japan and never traffic. Say by a public and your public. This is the idea I bet you. Now, yes, say you from one, near from one, because you this is the first time you say it's
yeah.
But well, this show my taking. It means I said, Omunyai, and now Momunyai. It's a ministry in a befe near a because, but in part, my body say, more demonstration, and you're very peaceful. Now, for my young colleague.
Good. Now, until before close of day, we're also learning say Ghana Bar Association and so actual criteria comma or more criteria comma president and so on resending the decision. Do you foresee as a senior do you think that GBA4 are coming on the heels of this, in a step in the right direction, and I say they should rather allow the constitutional article now empower presidents and so obey and causes aren't they stepping their bounds as far as GBA4 are concerned? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. News. And so, and politics news. And say, the last time my press release on any concern and all the issues, say, let's go on.
Mr. Latte, Jay, my pa na line ye luzu pa. Wait to me, Jay, Kakram.
Okay, yo.
I said not. Okay, sounds good now.
But I don't want to get.
Yeah, Metonka. Yes, go ahead, sir.
GBA, time I started my window. Every week, be a BBC or maybe on issue statement.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I say, do baby, no. Yeah, Tom will you. I want to say, two dominant political parties that are on my women.
Yeah.
Ama institutions be anything bonny. I think that it's a traffic and say, Ubaka looks they're very powerful students union.
Exactly. Yep.
Sesi amino kase. Looks, I say me by what is so much sound.
Debbie, and it's been a while.
Adetia.
I don't know.
Just here, co-university looks process and all it but what test continue. Only affiliated to
political parties.
NPP.
Yeah.
No about here, only affiliated to NDC. There's someone magic news. Yaman baby, can no more. Sana GBN so Sisia, me who. Okay. When Sunday be see what my GBA mean tinka. But I send we buy omupenyi Mrs. Gat me onusu name me. Papa. Oh, that's why I did here. The meaning of the issue, Moon say, I quite to say a Juma, many a penny, many we. Your association, DJ, and I'm Chomeboa.
No crepa, DJ, Ghana Journalists Association, yeah.
You say, Yenipa Baku, Enya, Assem, and I say, if you say, Obenya, Assemwa, near and Cafe, one. Say, Obed Latte,
yeah.
And now, Chief Justice and necessary the one or the pillar of the GB.
Yeah.
Certain I say. And he Oma the Kebia a year. Na Omutimi constitution said the near make us say. Say constitution a mbra the year Juma. And he Omuma Quina the constitution ye Juma and Koya a fear to Monka. A Koya Swa a fear to Monka. Petition Mudakoma president no quaiding no need the womb. And a presidency no me kind of baby I say Omwa church and the war petition. To make train say the presidency may react here. The global manual make about petition.
Good. Now, senior, you shall be so and so PHS. The snippets of allegations here, dear board Chief Justice, was spending CKB beyond the threshold to the extent of say on any husband, any neighbor, or no mina defend back on a trip. Sad trip, no, not just a new who quite says, or do more echo as far as state funds are concerned. I'm trying to, figure this out there. We huama as I say, it may trigger say yen dempo yen Chief Justice ni free akunyaso ana so say we be ma Chief Justice no ho be hima obiatro petition bi diako ana we should begin to look at it say no between the two parties it's a political kind saying hatchet job here wo mo ye say wo ye tiame a mesume ba na mesuma ye bietia and that kind of other than that for me I don't know how you evaluate this assertion. We say aren't we lowering the bar say my mena spending CKB says cannot alone could spell doom for the Chief Justice. What do you make of these snippets of allegations?
First to cry or didn't kono. Because Judicial Council, more budget time say Judicial and Casano, more budget every year behind say I buy them all.
Correct.
And I'm the boy.
Correct.
And he say Bidiko Chimawo or Musika and Semua. That's a Chief Justice and her leadership Mrs. Tokeno Ebia Skedia Fanning Semua. I said or chair clients of our or this can this is about the say beer and yet say or Kofa scanning if you budget actually.
Yeah.
A bit about so say beer within their own budget, no. Ebia crime man or crime or ABC. Nti ni for now no yen treating as allegation yakafa no me believe say okosia panel no so the lawyers beko na fi na yewu kura wom but if you are correct to say about we ba no wa target osima sise wo chama na we wo position no na on chama me ana me ameyi bia enso na ni na the black ink as atuni ni dia ase ti oba kwabia yenso ye ba kwabia be fa so a binya no do na ya fa sa akwa no so sana tisia essence
system na ya akwa ya
that you be able to musuno yes sir openye ba to ma say
yeah me to asipa senior
e bia na yes sir oh enti yen trainer onkuyi na no oh me tiwe me come dey trewa be was so me your story be no what connect me your story be about VAT VAT
yeah
no
yeah
when you say like government, the government of the day, not only the VAT, but only the starting 15%. At that time,
wow.
Now the contact World Trade Organization document be. Now the yes story, very big story. And the cost could be prepared, you know.
Oh.
Municipal query.
So kumi preko demonstration no
boni be na me ye boni am ni say me trust so no man credit WTO
World Trade Center
even though the two documents me and ya di say can say the two say sorry we no me ya WTO
yeah
oh nti em form committee na bisa me yi ma no nti later na me ka say na me fa na case e no Mr. Entry
yeah
the popular name is Steve so be carry her
yes
no to call on more
I Steve Biko
and no say no acting editor no so we dey nya boni bia na once what the documents that be say every na by WTO standard no and yes government started with 15% na 8% no and yes and me family oh
wow
enti aduma bia wo mra ewum
yeah
so to my say the edu no very very critical because we, the executive, now legislative arm of government, judicial is the most powerful organ.
Exactly.
Asana, a giant trophy.
Abba.
Yaba. Eti, all SFO me na yamfa amanyosem anye den.
Anko.
Cause me kai kama former US President Obama Maimu and of course Parliament, now me a young reporter. Your country, Ghana Funyina say we should build stronger institutions, state institutions, than building a very powerful person. Oh, okay, semi koyi. I feel the brain nature me.
Yeah.
But me I said it. But this your mind politics and rabbi the PR. Oh, say NDC, ne MPP, and MPP, ne NDC. Na Azayariga or Becano Castle. Oh, but on Monday, Say, Omabe to Ponwa, Nefi, state institutions.
Exactly.
Oh, Opia, Yemejuma, we are making, said, Yamima and Fanny and Warding. A bias is sunny if you could try a banana for bar. I think there's one here, I say that Matisse a 3. Let me call it the 7. Na ye kweli manasi ye kweli. Oh, so man na de bia ye peace of mind. Oh. Uko parliamenta, se na se me sisi parliament da say. Me who be that? You will be that. Say parliament, Ghana parliament pa tama me sisi je kimesa nom.
Yeah. Aprekunum.
Honorable Kwame Bakel.
Yeah, Apreku.
Honorable Kandapa. That's at December 7th. National Speech Coordinator.
Yeah.
Open your couple that now open Omujomonaswa. Dekeke. Oh, as well meant to say you. To the extent say, parliamentarians can cool floor of parliament. It comes to me, I'm silly. As we do. Who can you want to only when you are like I say a democracy? That's a democracy nowadays. Your boy and woman. And the next time they didn't see. And you're tired of that too. Oh. And my chief justice assembly and affirmative is assembly abano. You know, I do bro. Mema mrame enye juma. Oh. Enye juma wia se obeko se onko vedit ne ba. Ne nyina yensom na yefa nye juma. Oba kaya kama president for ba no. Na chief justice Judicial Wood na na officer na meboa.
Yeah.
Who say wa fa ne sanka no?
Debbie.
We hear that new jet, a new chief justice, appointment or no retirement. Oh, and he say, "We are some abanoa. Yema kwai na onina Yema the fair hearing. Na omampeniso. To me, I consider that in the seminar. And no one or the Jumano. Yema the peace of mind, no so find them a Juma. Not also a man of course of a kaka. But, and I can't about the Juma. So, why need no one near 1 month demonstration. One contract TV show and near where the deep and the party more. If I found that. And so, my and more, my sir. Oh, and then they said it. At times, we knew say, the way I come and my opinion when they did call Rollins.
Yeah.
They didn't see any more pa. Now, the time and then the cost will be like a little also. Oh, it's going to be our in carriers. So, can I say?
Yeah. Yep.
It's a new one, but not money made to my president. My money say, or you know, passo. This year, a committee member and on my starting absence. Now, my menno, on my battle. No can ask them. Now, cook, when no be a can you pay with your big kick, no can lawyers, a penny say.
And lawyers need a crowd than politicians. Lawyers no crowd than politicians. Very strange. Me say lawyers no crowd than politicians. Lawyers a woman. As almost speaking to the law. No. Yeah, more than politicians. Yeah. But senior, take this question away. Na afi minfa won free chief justice no so na ye medin komo kakra emfa the media landscape na hu hia me pa. And is a big cry suggest say okay, Sebedia, then Madam Chief Justice, considering the noise out there, just resign and go your way. Do you support this assertion? So on resign on go.
Oh, resign there. Me support say on resign. You can support me say or resign say on the chief justice. When they get a semi of the afternoon, so now semi.
Okay. Very, very well, very well.
On the Uncle Pacey panel, no. I know you know, my people say, we are not that. Unfortunately, no, it's a job for me, my teacher of Mossack and a copy, no. So, can you say the bassa?
Yeah.
Oh, can you say the bassa? Now, could be keep panel now. We either know now what to so. No more than mom verdict. But so resign position we do no. It was so far or resign a indictment on her, you know. Now resign on your own corner.
Yeah, a bare self-admission of crime committed, kind of. Okay. Now, senior, Mamimra Yemra failed. Now, when you look at the media space in Ghana, down the line, what's the main car? Yeah, me say now your field where you practice as a journalist until retirement, considering. Yeah, but what's the, is it clear now? Is the line okay now? Good. Now, me see din komo kakra so far the space now. We call the media practitioners. What do you make of journalists of today? Both newspapers, radio, television, our style of reporting, writing, and all of that, coupled with social media now joining and all of that. Do you see much more an inspiration coming from the media practitioners and even to that of how we are treating the Chief Justice case way? What do you make of this?
Yo, me that's media jumano, yewo TV, radio, newspaper. Who can you now more? From where I sit, me can say, me see be a company put the minimum salary meba.
Yeah.
The woman see your much one, and then a man moving ya or dog.
Yeah.
A man, Jumano. Which Mabo, Mary Penny Cabra, Mary, and but honorable Cabra and Mary.
Yeah.
From Ambassador. The Betuno. The Betu, Nana Jana Pinti.
Yeah. Zapinti.
Media Penny Kukubako. Who is somebody you want to pay?
Yeah, I know.
Media Penny Kusi.
Yeah.
You know when they start here. Oh. Now, the night a human in to see.
And then Kofi Kumsin. That's right.
Oh. And yes, and then human. And then journalism are going to say. Said you Obisha Tadea Fatano Casa Tadene Fatana.
Some way.
Now, we are not no about Sakakra, Naja, would have shown how far.
That's right.
Oh. Two, the lady are going to say, Ukosano Pano Dina, Ukosana radio and that TV show. No, so a penny politician. No, because if you are no political party who don't know. Oh, yeah. If you are a Jumano, a coffin, a coffin
standards.
Oh, a bit of bomb model, or be to sell 1 minute cafe.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm starting full of Tabana. The two another two.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And next year be a couple anyway.
Yeah.
Sort of us here. Obi to say Manasseh Azuri.
Yeah.
Oh. But being my bedroom no more said you when they make us say that achievement Mameka.
Yeah.
Me maame bi na na me di me drink mo about media broadcasting in Ghana. No, see, mu bi amuko to kwakra ma edi FM stations bedo so ni na manemo Ghana no. Mu kwa ntemonka and the businessman bi yesika na oti radio station na TV station no okwe ye bi wo enfa ne se osi no na MC no be kasa
DJB
na no atipa
and one no
afa na Accra o se radio station ma TV station ti na ye mu pere say host ara me boa
but trans na host show
and bi na said the only back na no na ati but ethics na ye di eduma no
yep onim
eti ama eduma no said Accra na ewo etare eduma no this any obium me kase me tri ni my so is biblia anye ko be nipa de brede but say me story abi say me ma o ma no tumpo
yeah
sort of here me kind me story be about KTC defense war
yep
now the way me that story no me catch your day on parliamentary select committee and obi small go me kum but can not former President Wallace wako commission project na on the statue senior contractor na I didn't buy no only anything about sea defense project
okay
OCC computer wa America
oh
yeah that time not contracting $60 million
really
the year bokoti meeting na ma me kita pen ni paper o so me buy no me destroy any ma and ya sem to that ma na
yeah there was a story bia senior yeah it leading to 6 people committed suicide. Give me that background of that story.
I don't know. Ghana Bapeni Nana Kuledu Adimaro N.O.T. Kubi Siba
yeah
na kuno tie no wachino kwa boniso but time odi ti kuru na ebe election
yeah
and me call open the office said when you be continue money nti oni di kuma no document bi ma me say me na me kai na we need say a news value sort pass.
I see.
So the na me no.
Wow.
Na me kai na figures ni be bia be selfie bani na ni e ni otisi ma no. And na me give a story no. Openi ne me ya pa ni se bada pa me ne ku pe pa o ka wa me bisa nse. Aso documents am kai udi epie wumtino you are no because I yes am ye juma ye ese okoti hano sort about here
yeah
o si o debi no o kan bi oni mo hwe kwa na say my saka no kwa o me kai o si debi na the first part bo mu pai
whoa
me di bo mu no say oba sure rejoinder ana obaba be mu yese o ebia bubu ba person ma me nim say na be ba no
exactly
no ko hu ni so for say o so for no mo mpaye na so no me nim dey of course so for no but ya later no me dey be catch e be say so for ni say on ye drive fasting for 40 days
oh my goodness
me wa papa no so ye o author
oh
no yet drag fasting the 10th day no and we
oh when the story broke
yes
oh
second person a friend of Megache
Yes.
UK train no kwa no two no to form farm na train no farm so.
Jesus.
Oh. Enki said the adwuma no we na we ya. Only one kind no be kind.
This is the effects of journalism. Yeah.
Enki and also back you.
Yeah.
Honorable as an electoral
very, very, very.
This ano me call school no from 2 or what?
Whistle Girls High School. Yeah.
Echo interview no. Tell me if school obey a story no. Ayo mwana. Me kasa for 2 hours. Told him say me a media practitioner. You do come up na headline my boss could you see them story no.
Yeah.
That's so pa headline my father will not be president forever.
Oh yes, and it's yeah, it really became big story our town. Papa.
And yet sebi obi dia obema osika se jina fatu bi me.
Exactly.
Onu atwa na chia no say ubaje brand sort ma say but yeah there it make trust me a plan ya draw ya discuss this fancy na the boss could come say about direction.
Yeah.
Who destroy me ba no ahwem. Oh, you could na ye waside do o mai mu a ye mfama Dr. Reku Brobe.
Yep, Tarzan.
Ba ya de papa.
Yeah, all the pace.
Ono na ene. So what radio you, what TV you, on or two, ni kwesi wo say abanu po, obeye ono ane radio station na kese uji license.
Yeah.
No, see baby. Obey to only first radio eye.
That's right.
Me kadipa bebre omuti bi menyo baby ko bi muti afu kwesi prato no kweku bako.
Yeah.
Victor Newman omunyina ni fie ne ko biti. So one day sorry nyane ya ya ko ready bi ni fie ni bibia. Wampaba. And that because of what you say, I can't come to clear say radio station work and yako over 100.
A broker.
Sir. Inti yeah, so many the be do. And our social media so this is no kwada a good be
Yeah.
Obia sorry no pay be another to social media. And so now to quite kakra kodu onu ma social media nyese no moye no. Utimi be di media social media utu fia na ya bechi.
Serious o.
Udo fi se wa post bibi keke o. Esu utu fia na ya bechi na ade amra na obedi no. No ma we e o bra bebre. Bele ya ko ya ti se bra no. Ya selective justice. Etu osimasina owo connection kusi aga be tu obi na sebi wa ko wi abro de bia meken score the battery ani kwa oni bi no you did ko 3 years enti enye me bonu ma opeye set tu ni ye pa na fare ba no the same constitution na e operate no.
Yeah.
As I said, in the matter of my penetiku, so moon, unco proposition we. But maybe I'll be sapia, I can say constitutional. But the SC and Nico so party, but closer, Emma, or my penny be a being bia to me, the bia or pen oye. Sort of say,
yeah,
bia or pen oye. Now say, where me tear say. Abambi a criminal siano, or my young private yomoka. Meaning constitution be a war. Yeah, I catch you for a one gun of those, you know. So,
Yeah.
Two a problem provision. Oh,
I tend to agree.
Time constitution. Me a story be me the late in Debugree.
In Debugree, yes, in the.
Me an interview. No, so this constitution is fit for a KVIP people.
Really?
I'm saying,
seriously, it's manifesting gradually.
This constitution, they are writing. It is for people who attend KVIP. I don't know what because you see, constitutional. Time are no more trouble. It's not yeah, Papa Lawrence. Nobody almost say 9 to 10 years. No, I say 8 years. Now you better to tackle a friend saying
constitutional administration.
If you want to constitutional, there's some pay be at the bond mobile.
Yeah.
So you know obey head of state as an obey president.
Yeah.
Internet they na nye boni sort of say.
Yes.
Basically a trasa regime no. Oh. Inti e on na kese Ghana for you na ya dream call na ye bo de wu. Oh, said asofo a omuma prophecy we be win election. We be say no. Omo de ka elu mumu aka be bo o man nyina.
Papa.
Oh,
Papa.
Let's say that course no quality. Say in the constitution no be that course no dey. I say a friend you to waba. Because people back no pepia no ye. Me do cafe opinion. Who call Ministry of Local Government at all?
Yeah.
There's a serious going on. Say get fund. I say Office of President. I say local government may manage get fund.
That's correct.
And so say I mean two ways. Get fund Office of the President. I didn't let's say about that. Opinion they make on me again.
Papa. Yes. It's in the bosom of the president.
Yeah. So Maslow, our Office of the President. BPI Office of the President.
Power is heavily concentrated.
Office of the President. And the two way the alarm boy. So can say the balance. Oh
wow.
Minister see what they buy what is rubber and say see alarm boy.
Yes.
But obetini or tina obetima so aka no pesa to say dey.
Or the be kan.
Or the be aka. Obi ntimi nya ne hwe because of constitution.
But at least we should have a threshold. Yeah, a cap.
It's a threshold. Oh. There was some
yeah.
Yeah, fire name composition.
Yeah.
And then they create demonstration because a friend say about we about you are the main platform.
Yeah.
I was so be able to. Oh,
yeah.
And then we better attend the day for 2 for no be dinner attempt on social media. Your friend is saying, some no to back count can you?
Yeah.
Oh, now the MSC Kono, okay, West African sub region now.
Yeah.
The same BCC, yeah, if you na see another year. Papa. Yeah, and then global village.
Yep.
I send to America social media yet Ghana and then now President Trump can about trade war. What will you
Yeah. It's a massive one.
It's regulatory social media. Regulatory. And there are institutions that open responsible for when you now.
Yeah.
And not experts no so. But NBC by almost see me and yet TikTok, almost see me and yet YouTube, almost see me and yet say. Now I can NPP so bad. Pass over to another year. Near the so near Pusawon. Oh, and so Openi Ghana, Jamidoye yo. Jamidoye.
Go side, my so papa.
Politics. The idea kono. Say you buy a pub pa.
Good. Senior, me do be see now. Before I do be see no. Me can be earlier, but somebody is asking the war line is the Mimisa say and the crown and any panage meeting. You said you were the first to have published the picture of Anas Army Anas. This was in 2011, correct?
But okay.
Me say now me can be earlier in my introduction say when we publish Anas Army Anas pictures in 2011, but now somebody is debating say no enyane kresanam. Or say no, who are humanity? I mean, besides our question, no one can say yeah, no. But I want you to confirm or deny. Say yes. In 2011. Good. But can you confirm that?
Of course.
Good.
Many first person in public say I'm not picture very handsome boy. Now, a friend say no, you say me picture.
Good.
But I'm not near the paper. I found the Tide.
The Tide newspaper. Yes, it was very the Tide newspaper. Yeah.
No, I'm not so. Didn't want to come and see master. Can you? I do my stuff here.
I see.
And I'm the chair like a crowd.
Oh, that is not a so before tearing we had your navy. But he didn't know. Say no. You're also into intelligence and intelligence gatherings and all of those security matters. And so I need the checks.
Paper, then.
Me say, who background, when they do background, I guess that. Then I can't say, me just say, Anas Army Anas, say he didn't study or background ye. Apart from being a journalist, he also into intelligence gathering and it's annual man. So he needed to have been, careful.
And they put the 75 year Juma.
Yeah.
After the day Juma.
Yeah.
They predict. Me predicted party this on Beluzu election poto or Mayu. Me 2 years that me predict me bad prediction.
Yeah.
What the back one the report to come out when yearly after assembly year.
I feel what did.
The CIA agent. And to CIA me need the office.
Can you imagine? Yeah. 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 Yes, yes.
Me say COVID by
yeah.
Report with the could be the COVID report by now.
Yeah.
Me yet UK.
Okay.
Now okay, no be who sema
COVID report no
report.
Wow. Wow. Would be really yeah.
On farm ready now me am waka say what part be discussing na me prepare trap no and me can talk na say
yes. Yeah.
But tem ejuma bia be enti obi ntebochi ba no soma na de brain no kwa de enko no mu
I see. Wow.
Enko no mu kra because bo ba ku be no bia na abaya tisu committee me so
I see. Yeah. Quite striking though. Yeah. Now, and also trigger into something else. Yeah.
I'm not so madam pa friend na disable.
I see. Good.
No friend who's here pa.
I see. His cover was blown straight up.
No, just say me the picture.
I see. Senior, you do be see as now I cannot believe that on Wednesday and see a sign also it to an more far another issue be one. Memo so until say Wednesday, we'll have to. I memo so copy
of the report.
Exactly. And then that's right. Because almost say a tight lip. And I'm saying really, I'm going to dear grow. Yes. That's right. Good one. Senior, Yebeja on Edwisi say na yama time na fi with me akwa God willing, Wednesday we'll touch base with you again on yet another topic. Now, Yahweh said in America. Yet that's a part of our husband.
Miss me that me ma we wakefuni na obiande yi why.
Good one. Thank you very much, folks. And he just gone past the Mr. Obed Latte. Of course, he's a man of many parts. He's will handle newspapers bebre and many other day Ghana enye asam ketwa. Yes, worked with a lot of senior journalists. Kwesi Pratt nomo, Kuba Konomo, Ambassador Cabral Blay, I'm here. Kofi Kumsen, Raymond Archer, all of that is within the circles of them. And I'm near there. And Wednesday, definitely another horrific issue be that one. Yempesi ebe boss, yempesi ebe pim ho say bam on Wednesday near the Enyoma Atuto. But let me go for a short break, me ba. Then I wrap up on Ghana Speaks part one. Make a short break, me ba. There is something the former vice president and also the candidate, former candidate, Emma, the New Patriotic Party, and also Odia Tuja, me person, me boss, ask him the show. But until that, but make a short break with me. But Ghana Speaks extension takes off. Come back, and of course, this is the Frontline show, Ghana Speaks Extension. I am Kweku Anand, the investigative journalist. Now, the former vice president and also candidates for the New Patriotic Party in 2024 elections, Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia, has slighted the former president Adodankwa Akufo-Addo for increasing fuel prices 3 days to elections. Hey, on a thank you tour. Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia, former vice president, a former candidate, Emma, the New Patriotic Party in some Kesibia Tohwa. Young Konkodan Crawford, Sisi, Damasise, Mutua, Banaman to Amayen, Yadamasise, Wentimian to Ama and Mujana Baby, Mujanamia, de Kodasia. It's as if said the former vice president, Epe, baby, no one venting his spleen or said, then you. Assembly Shanabo, Ntiasu Eden, Uyidi to form, Iranum. Assemi a toho Nanuye. I am Hunte, Ewa people ma Enyasam Kito, saying and a former vice president on the Assembly Tubia. Take a listen to this.
You see all the money communities very well. Now, at the end, 3 days to the election. 3 days to the election, yet to petrol. Yet to petrol. And yes, sir. 3 days. Maybe see another can say, oh, one. That's how. Young, see about 3 days to the election, yet to petrol. Hey.
Folks, the shocking me about this is this. Bawumia was known as the head of the economic management team. Question remains: why would such decisions be taken at the apex of leadership and of course at the blind side of him? 1, he was the vice president. 2, he was the head of the economic management team. 3, he was the candidate for the party. So, Ebane saying and a baby will be see at the blind side of him. So Baumia, Odika, yes, Anna, yes, Odika pa. But then again, question remains: why is Baumia also saying this at this time of the day? I didn't know what kind of way and why is Baumia Timian Casanitri, including say yet say. Ile vinomne hunki kakeka hon any ade ni nara Baumia ebo ho atwede. So why Baumia will not take the risk of resigning, take the risk of stepping down or some sort? But he's talking today. Mahu MPP, mahu. We na yan semwe gu homa MPP. Munka we ho asemo there be matwen sekan kotokro nsrada so Sophie ax nyaka ho bigran chance da so him say dede mu ye dede and anything ya you are lazing your boots some more demonstration. I'm a Chief Justice no. Na mo de ko demonstration I'm a Chief Justice yi and na mo de tra ho e dwendwen e pensem niomam enum ne ade say party baby ye bedre ye ko ne sen ye wura ne sen enti enye yi. The street demonstration at MPP mo kono some de trans ya. Now you can then again hazard against the vice president eyeing through. Yeah, no. Nani ayenti ha. Ena mo party secretary Justin Abonuya oba yo beka kire say at the end of the day no mo obianka na nuntum Justin Abonuya sorry Justin Kodia de be dia no Justin Kodia. I don't know why this consonants to that of Abonuya Konuya all of those. Wabeka chire mwa MPP say obianka na nuntum. So why the vice president, the former vice president is talking? Is somebody asking him to zip his lip? Or thank you to? But this is what he's saying. And I would continue to urge the vice president and the likes of him come out, speak. Monkasa, vice president, former vice president Muhammadu Baumia, Kasawate, Kasanawan Kasa ye boni. Enwe Simohu. She dia mame hanabisu sudube tu dano. Wononso she sika $1.4 million. Ye kukru di menipa dasenese di kokodi free Ghana ho do any yaw enisa nipa woni mutrim. Wudifo ni wukafo. Folks, the news see her Brena Wednesday, I'll come your way same time. The Frontline show, of course, is the nation's biggest investigative magazine show, hosted by your investigative journalist, Kweku, and then together with the entire team, Ruby X, Eka Production, and of course, Eko Bestmark, Kens Campbell, online editor, the two indefatigable Gusronomo, executive producer Yamba, and then credible, of course, the man himself, Womina Sheme Bibia Koye, online editors, Kofi Ansa is at the back there, and then director of research and Kofi Ejiri is also there, Womina Sheme Nyama Eko Ko. Editor na kwemu come. Folks, me sorry so Class TV news. Class news, of course. Do I have a news over there? Yes. So folks, me sorry so now the news ashisha so. Yankopon ya domwa. Wednesday, I will come your way. Shannon so Anas, Anas interview no nene airline here. Part 3 ewo emu papa. Yede no so bepro. My name still remain Kwekwana. Program where that's so that YouTube. Ubetimi akwhwe na wo de ama wa down for be no so ahwe bi. Who shall menya kwadro? Give it to a friend, a brother, a sister. Na encourage them. No mina so intimi enhwe bi. Na yamwa o my Ghana no intimi enyina. Come. In the very coming days, weeks, of course, the Chief Justice, her leadership, get to talk on, will face the panel of Fenesaya, Ninano, Yeshua, Nyama Beko Yede, and Winsem, Ebebremo, any mood demonstrations, Ahodwa, and also Ebeko. So, folks, until I come your way Wednesday, my name remains Kweku Anan. Bye for now.